Go for it.
So, there we was, traveling for days, nothing happened, until we arrive at a tunnel, and a strange goblin wearing a large backpack and a pink rothe appears, named Baron Duxley, and said he might have a quest for us. And he's come across some horned creatures, which we find out are minotaurs, and tries to convince us to help him out by giving us a sample of upper plane jerky, which plied us enough that we decided to help him out, along with the fact that he would lead us through the tunnels. So we headed for the Minotaurs, and Isa decided to take that time to tell Horik that Ophelia tastes our dreams, and his are the best. Horik is a little bit affronted by this and wants to confront her. Isa agrees. We head into a maze and encounter the Minotaurs and fight them off. And we encounter more and fight them off too. And more, and we fight them off too. And Doug skins some of them, Vic skins some of them, and we head back to Baron, who gives us a map to avoid conflict on our way to the Grove. Ophelia gets a back scratcher for some reason. We set up camp, and Horik and Isa confront Ophelia about eating the dreams, and Horik wants to know what they taste like. And Ophelia tells them they taste like sweet mangoes and chocolate, and they decide to keep it a secret for now. And that is where we left off.
Thank you very much for the recap. As our next recap for next week is Vic.
Gotcha.
I'll have to start working on the next iteration of this campaign soon. It's going to take a lot of work.
I'm enjoying it.
Oh yeah, no, the next volume basically I'm working on. Yeah. But yeah, all right. As we find ourselves in the campsite, I believe we finished our long rest. I believe, or are we still role playing? I forgot.
Still role playing the last
Right.
two watches.
All right, cool. Thank you very much. Who is on next watch?
I think it was Ophelia and Vic.
Okay.
I think. I'm not.
Well, we can go
100%
by the
sure.
rolls. Everybody did long
Yeah.
rest, so that's what I could
My
say.
notes are Ophelia and Vic.
Yeah,
Go
okay.
for it.
I think they're doing both the last two. Or
Yes, we made sure that they could actually overlap and stuff.
Ophelia will go and wake up Vic.
What?
I think she was still up from the last watch.
They left us together?
Yeah, everyone else can sleep for the rest of the night.
Did you get your full rest?
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
In the beginning, I was the first to go to bed.
So you guys all go talk over there. I thought you were staying up for a while.
And it was just a quick conversation. Which is what I kind of wanted to talk to you about.
What the?
Well, I guess you people on the material plane think it's bad to eat somebody's dream.
Eat someone's dreams. There's
Yeah.
words I thought I was going to hear in a sequence together. Explain that to me.
Well, you see, a witch like myself, a pale witch, we can eat dreams to sustain our power, get new spells, things like that. Usually, we taste or eat the dreams of our coven and stuff like that.
Do you take their memories? Is it temporary?
Now, think of it like, let's say, because it's not like I'm taking bites out of your dream. You wouldn't wake up or notice and stuff like that. It's like if you're in a dream and you're running down a forest, maybe you'll notice a patch of grass that's just not there.
Are you able to eat mine?
Oh, I'm able to eat anyone's. yours don't. I hope it's not offensive when I say this, but yours don't taste the best. It seems like you grew up rough.
And with a little contempt and hatred. Yeah, sure. Okay.
Yeah, it does taste like that. It tastes like a lot of anger.
I mean, actually, I grew up quite nice. Growing up was the nice part. It was as an adult that sucked.
Oh.
I actually have a point of contention with you, too.
What's that?
I don't know if you remember, but as we were tearing apart that sarcophagus and getting that cloak out, you assigned ownership without going through the group. You originally collected it. You reluctantly gave it to Iza. And then after she identified it, without going through anybody else or the group, you just assigned her ownership. The weight of, your presence, and your weight of your allocution, everybody just accepted it. I don't necessarily believe that was a bad choice, but more that it circumvented what we had decided upon than anything else.
Well, my mother did say I'm inconsiderate of the way other people's approach things, and I don't tend to work well in groups. That's why she sent me out here to find a coven and not one in the Feywild. So I guess you're right. Next time, could you point it out?
I have to admit, too, it didn't really affect me. I didn't want to own ownership of the robe or the cloak. I mean, I think maybe Naziz posted a little bit of interest in it, but that's on him to step up and claim it as his own. But I just don't believe that Iza is necessarily the best recipient of it either. She's a caster. That's going to take her out of her casting ability every time she uses it. I mean, if you give a kitten a knife, is it really that much of a danger? Does she know how to bite and attack and defend herself in hound form? Is that maybe comical to see, but...
Alright, I didn't think about that. She just seemed like she wanted it a lot.
Well, I mean, people want things that aren't necessarily the best for them. And again, no one's come to me. No one's talked about that. I'm just more talking about the chain of command. You assigned ownership of it, and everybody just agreed with it. And because it didn't affect me, I went along with it too. But I noticed it. But I don't want to call you out in front of everybody. But...
I guess people do tend to follow me, don't they?
You're very charismatic. The force of your personality is compelling.
Yes, it is. I do have good ideas most of the time, too.
I don't know about your ideas being the best, but you sure present them well.
I guess I do. Well, I'm not used to working with other people. Sorry. I'm not used to working with other people. Until you get your coven, and being a witch is kind of a solitary lifestyle.
I understand
So I
that,
tend
but
to
if we
take
don't have
command a
our
lot.
own word or laws, what do we have? I mean, the little one said ahead of time, too, share amongst yourself, do good for everybody else. I mean, these are very basic principles and subject to interpretation, but, I thought maybe everybody would have a say on this before there was assigning ownership of. Let's follow the command. Let's everybody talk about it. Make sure the right person gets it and it's used to its best potential.
I hear you, Vic.
I have no desire to strip it from Iza, but just know.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to take it from her either. To be honest, she's even sleeping in it, did you see?
I mean, it does look good on her, but, that's besides the point.
Even a witch takes off their hat to sleep.
If there's something more to it, then
I'm just saying, even a witch takes off their hat to sleep. And you never see me without my hat, right? Unless I'm knocked unconscious. My hat doesn't even do anything.
why wear it? It has to protect the sun from your face. You worried about sun down here?
No, I'm not worried about it, but why does a person wear pants?
To protect their flesh?
But then I'm protecting my head, ain't I?
Fair enough.
And plus, how will someone know I'm a witch? And not some kind of wizard or mage or even worse, a hag.
I mean, Isa's a wizard. She doesn't wear a hat.
Exactly. Which makes me a witch. Amongst other things.
I don't
You want to see the way I eat dreams?
I have to admit, ignorance is bliss on this one.
Okay. You see she heads off to Isa's tent. She does her perception check. Ooh.
Luckily mine was better.
That's good. I didn't want to give you another strike. It's like, oh thank God, someone has good perception.
Are you having good dreams, Isa?
I wonder if
For the
she-
most part, I believe.
Does she even dream?
I'm thinking about all the cool things I can do with my spells. I'm trying to think of new ways and new ideas and firebolt, and I'm looking forward to fireball. That's what I'm really dreaming about. Like, I see my firebolt turn into a fireball, and yeah. Not to hurt anybody per se, just the fact that I can do it.
Okay. Yeah, I'll take a whiff of that. She's just pulling little strands out. And maybe you notice inside of your dreams and stuff like that, maybe a page is missing in a book or something like that. It didn't matter in the back, like a index or something like that, or maybe a branch from a tree that you're casting a fireball at. It's just not there.
Okay. I don't think that even real life me would notice, let alone dream me.
And she'll go to sleep. I think this was the
What?
last watch, wasn't it?
There's 2 watches. You guys were both on both of them, so why are you going back to
Oh
sleep?
yeah.
You finished your thing.
Oh yeah. Sorry.
Chase others.
What did her dreams taste like?
Mm,
Mainly like determination, which tastes like meat, which isn't always the best, but it was well seasoned.
Interesting. What's the best dreams?
Well, each witch's tastes are different. And I think I have a sweet tooth, so I would say Horik. He's always dreaming about something nice. He doesn't take many things seriously, to be honest. And I don't know if he knows how to be sad.
That is admirable. Wish I had that ability.
You don't see that in the Feywild at all. You wanna know what yours tastes like?
I'd rather not, truthfully.
Okay. You see, she goes over to the Z's. Are you having good dreams, Naziz?
Never.
Yeah. You see, you might actually hear her because she does a little spitting sound. It's like, mm. I don't understand. I always try to see if Naziz is having a good dream. He's never having a good dream.
That's a shame that he never has a good dream.
I don't even know how he wakes up well rested, to be honest. Even Doug has good dreams. But why do you still follow that lady, Laws?
Because I saw her in a vision. He grants me these powers that I have. The ability to cast spells. And because it's the only thing I know.
Why not become a witch and have your own power?
Spells don't come from the weave, but from my direct connection to my god. It is only through her that I am able to do these things.
But couldn't you learn how to cast spells another kind of way?
I suppose anybody with dedication could learn something new, but why would I learn something new when I just grow more powerful in her stead? Draw upon her power.
Yes, you are pretty tough. I've seen you protect me with that shield a lot.
I mean, he didn't necessarily teach me that part of it.
Oh, is that just you?
It's just from hard work and learning, maybe more so from my father than from my mother's side. I don't know.
Oh, I thought when you're still raised up out of nowhere in front of me, I thought that was your God guiding you or something like that. So I don't know much about this Lo. Is she good? Is she a good person? Do you have good conversations with her?
Never been in direct conversation with her. I've only had a vision that revealed my path. But she has obliged with granting me powers.
Well, I think you're a good person. And if she's giving you power, she must be a pretty good person.
No.
If you ever get to talk to her, you stay high for me. Maybe she knows my mother.
What's your mother's name?
I wasn't supposed to give that out.
Why?
There are, in the Fae, two names are powerful, in a way. If you have someone's true name, you could do a lot with it.
I understand
But
what
they do
you're
call
saying.
her the Witch of Thorns. Just like I'm the Pale Witch.
The Witch of Thorns. It has a ring to it. I like it.
Yeah. I've seen my mother actually eat a lot of people's angry dreams, and they woke up feeling a lot better. I can't do that though.
I don't think my mother has tried to help anybody but herself. So, I don't know.
Well, she did use that to burn down another village. But you have to give and take, right?
Right? No. Burning of a village sounds more like my mother, yes.
But your mother, did she teach you about Loth?
She did. I didn't know my mother for the first 25 years of my life. I was always just told that I had a mother and she abandoned us. Grew up with my father. It wasn't until everything went topsy-turvy that I finally reconnected or found my mother. She found me mysteriously.
Oh. Did she come looking for you? Or she said that she let you go?
Yeah, she gave me the sob story about not being prepared to be a mother and yada yada, and gave me up. I later found out it was all for her career. She didn't care about me. I was just an anchor, and she wanted to proceed and go on farther than she could if she had a child with her. So she pawned me off on the father. I don't regret it. I loved him. I wish I could go back to those times.
That's so sad. I don't know who my father is. My mother doesn't really talk about him a lot. But my mother always took care of me. Never let me go. She's actually pretty mad I'm on this trip.
But I thought you said your mother sent you here to protect you. Are you here on a trip where she doesn't know of this?
She knows of it, and she knows it had to be done. That's why she hasn't sent a whole bunch of people to come get me back. But she's scared for me out here. She said it's dangerous on the material plane. But it's not more dangerous than Feywild is right now, I would say. And I met all of you. I wouldn't have friends like this out in the Feywild. Everyone thinks I'm a snob because my mother's... Never mind. It's politics.
I get that too. Bad enough being a drow, but being from certain houses is even worse.
Houses?
I don't know if you know from my previous other round, there was different houses that had sway in politics before the collapse, before the demon invasion.
You guys
Well,
have sentient houses? UCC is totally oblivious to what you mean by houses.
Good lord. I mean clans, families, similar bloodlines.
Oh. Like a court.
Maybe, sure. Okay, we'll go with that. They could trace their bloodlines back to the founding of the city of Minzo-Bronzen, and certain families held sway, but, that's all useless now. It doesn't matter. Loth isn't serving those people anymore. The mission has changed.
Well, I hope you find some of your people that you actually still enjoy to talk to, Vic. The only dark elf we've seen so far besides that one that was half.
Most of the males that exist underground must be still foolish and haven't gotten out. From what I understand, there's boats or something out there on the waters that can... Jarl Axel has put together a navy, and they're out there on the water, away from all this corruption, and That's the last I've heard of that. I don't know. Most of my people are still so divided, fighting the old battles, not accepting the new. Worried about honor that doesn't exist anymore.
It does seem like times are changing on your plane. Before all this stuff happened on y'all plane, it was pretty peaceful in the Feywild, but since we mirrored you guys in some sense, the Shadowfell's been coming in, and that's why my mother can't come to the material plane, 'cause she's fighting down the Shadowfell.
There's an incursion of the two realms.
Yeah. We've always been on the border. The Pale Forest has always been on the border of the Shadowfell. But ever since all this stuff's been happening, it's been spilling over.
You
All kind
feeling
of
the
weird
effect?
dark elves and creatures have been coming out.
Vecna's influence has been felt through the realms, or through the planes.
I believe so. A lot of pieces are moving through the realms right now. All because the material plane failed, they said.
Demons have left the Nine Hells and are attacking the planes for the first time in maybe forever. That's what's really helping the fungus and everything and the spores and everything grow down here is a demon incursion into it that didn't exist before.
Well, we should do our part to fix and set things right. And then maybe after I help you guys can help me in the Feywild. My mother could teach you how to be a witch so you wouldn't have to depend on laws.
Tell you what, if we clear all the demons from the Underdark, I will gladly go to the to the Feywild with you.
All the demons?
All the demons.
I'll help me clear this one out, but then I have to go back for a little bit. But my mother really wants me to find a coven. And I'd like you to join it.
I mean, I'm not saying I won't, but I still have a mission of my own to complete.
Well, in the coven, your mission's my mission. We help each other out in the coven. It's more than just eating dreams and late nights with the gals.
Okay, if our ideals align and we can help each other.
Right. See, she's very happy about you agreeing to it.
I make no promises. I give no word or no bond.
But being part of a coven to promise always to be there for each other.
You have to understand, just as joining the coven is your dream, I have another mission, another dream to fulfill.
And I'm saying I'll help you with that. You see, she's getting a little upset.
Let's work this out another time.
She pouts, sort of like a little kid.
Our ideals are still aligned.
She starts playing with her tarot cards, and she'll take her watch.
Okay. I'll go to clean my weapons and shield and stuff like that.
Alright. So your watch concludes as you get a long rest and replenish yourselves upon the next day. As you begin to unravel your scroll, figure out where you are on the map that he gave you. Begin to eat some rations, getting your water skins in, picking whatever you can. Rolling up your bed rolls and kind of getting ready to make the long trek towards this place. As many days have passed since you've met the goblin and you've tracked and traveled. Countless days avoiding fights and seeing the beauty of the Underdark and seeing the scariness of what it brings to offer. As eventually you make it towards the location where you see fit to head out. But before then, if you'd like, to roll a D100 for a magical item or a survival check for a magical herb. Or you can forfeit those for a mushroom of something likely to eat or use in an alchemy.
I'll take the mushroom.
Alright, you have to roll survival.
Oh crap.
I want a mushroom.
I don't think there's what either of us were looking for.
So you want a
Philly.
mushroom? Alright, instead of a rare herb? Okay. Mushies.
Oh, that's survival. Sorry, not nature. Ignore that. Yep, ignore it.
As you begin to see across your travels, you can roll a nature check to see what you can tell about this Nasus. See if you know what this is. Not everybody, just them. The
Oh.
person who found it. As you do know of this mushroom, not very much ideally, but a little bit. You know the name of this mushroom. It's called a nightlight. It's a nightlight, tall, tube-shaped, bioluminescent mushroom that grows of a height of, well, you can roll it if you like. You can roll 1d6, and then just add 4 to it. As it emits a bright light, a 15-foot radius of dim light, an additional 15 feet of kind of light, bright light to dim light, in a sense. Almost like a torch, but a little bit more stronger by an additional 5 feet. As the night light can be uprooted or destroyed, it'll go dark after 1 round of using it, of course, when you uproot it. If a living nightlight is touched either by a creature or an object, its light goes out until it touches again, which is unique to it. As the tainted nightlight gives off an ominous kind of glow, casting a strange shadow that seems to be withering within the life of its own. The true form of any fiend that stands within the tainted nightlight is revealed regardless of a magic that can be used to hide it or disguise it. So you could potentially grab it and use it in the far future if you want to use it as a torch. It's only good for 1 round. Or you can use it in situations to reveal a magical creature that's hidden in stealth upon your inventory. You can also substitute the item as a reagent in alchemy, or you can likely... I wouldn't say it would be consumable. It would be more toxic, if anything. But you can use it as you see fit. So to you, when you look at it, it's 9 feet. It's quite long. And
Oh my goodness. It's a 9-foot mushroom?
mm-hmm. And if you just touch it, it turns it off and turns it back on like a light while it's rooted.
But when you uproot it, it
Y-
goes away?
It goes away. But you can use it as a torch for 1 round if you utilize it that way, or you can utilize it and keep it in your bags if you can somehow manage to put that weird lengthful thing, like a weapon on your backpack or whatever. You can utilize it to see enemies that are magically stealth. But again, it's a mushroom, so it has an expiry date. So if you do have it in your bags for countless weeks, it will eventually expire.
I'll stand there and play with it for a few minutes, but I'll leave it alone because there's no way that's fitting in my pack.
And the rest of you don't seem to find, I'm guessing, anything. Don't think anybody rolled. Oh, no, Doug, you did. What did you go for, Doug?
Yeah. Well, I did survival check, so that's for, like, what, herbs or mushrooms?
Yeah, so you can get one for the PDF, or like the third-party herbs, which can do stuff. Or you can go for a mushroom, which is random like that.
I'll do an herb.
Roll me a 2d8. Now roll me a nature check. Alright. You know what this item is. You can roleplay it as you see fit, or you can keep it to yourself, as I will message you privately of the item. You know of it. It's called the Silver Root. Anybody roll anything else? I'm guessing no.
Yeah, Doug will just kind of stash it in his bag.
You guys continue onwards in your adventure. Eventually you begin to make it towards the Neverlight Grove. So you begin to explore this long, tedious travel. The adventure taking several days and countless nights. Nearly dying or finding yourselves in sticky situations or helping those that need help themselves. The myconids of the Neverlight Grove have changed dramatically over the years. So too, as the dissipation of their culture, the mushroom creatures have become friendly, but rather strange in their own customs. They have developed personalities and quirks normally associated with rather intelligent humanoids, such as yourself, some of you, of course. As it seems, these myconids are no longer what they once were. Cheerful demeanor now gone in despair, as they serve now the Zygmoid's body and soul, to be sacrificed likely. unknown to for what reason. Likely total domination of the realm above and below. As you begin to make it towards the grove entrance, you find yourself in a hidden, enchanted place. A strange, alien, but serene, beautiful place itself. The tunnel you emerge from opens above the grove. The main floor is provided a panoramic view of mushrooms and forests, and covering every surface, including the ceiling. Illumination of darkness and brightful colors. Bioluminescent patterns glow in different shades, almost like a disco ball. As you arrive here, as I will give you a map in one moment. So this map is 10 squares, 10 feet in squares, because it's supposed to represent a bigger map. So ideally, when you're in combat, remember each square is 10 feet instead of 5.
Sweet.
Yeah, it's a big grove.
So we can share a square then?
No. I'm just saying as movement-wise. But yeah, ideally you could, but not prospectively. It would mess up everybody's playstyle, I guess you'd say. I would suggest you staying in the same spot because I could AoE you or hurt you both. But as you begin to travel, as you can see a little bit, Doug, as you arrive upon the entrance, you're confronted by a tall humanoid body mushroom that stands under the shade of an immense Azurkawood mushroom.
Like it's greeting us, or I notice it like
Confronting
off in
you.
the distance.
Doesn't seem to be attacking you. As you see the mushroom looking at you, as you can tell, it's rather strange, as it shouts out loud in bright, boldful letters. Why? Why you come here? As you hear a deep rumble of its voice shaking the ground itself, as you can almost feel like it's talking to the rather large mushroom nearby.
So it's not talking to us?
It's talking directly to you, Doug.
Oh.
As you see the trembling mushroom begins to move in the back of it. As it asks you why you come here.
To check the demonic influence upon the fungi. I don't say that out loud. I say that low enough so that Doug can hear it.
As it says again, why you come here?
Yeah, we come to investigate some strange behavior that's been noticed among the Myconids.
You come here? Where is your donation to the glory great queen of the Zygmoids?
And look back at the group. Did we bring a gift?
Sippy demands it.
Give us a moment. We need to make sure everything is in order. Guys, I have no idea what to give for gift.
Jar of mayo.
You can roll history check, I guess, with disadvantage, all of you. Ugh, 1.
I got a 17 and 16, or 18, so my 17.
Okay.
So did Naziz.
Okay. As you think about it, they're mushroom people. They don't need metal and weapons, but they might like something biodegradable.
Oh, I got that.
Jar of, jar of mayo.
I got the thing we can make into a whip. What was it? Somebody's arm with a
Yep.
different. We used the Displacer Beast one already, but there was another one that used to be used as a drow scourge weapon
As
that we
you
took from some.
begin to notice the patterns, the pitter patterns of Sippy the mushroom, you can roll investigation check or insight check. It's up to you which you choose. You can't do both. Each one details something else differently. With the insight check, Vic, you do kind of ascertain it's kind of pitter patter. You can tell it is almost like it's rather zombified in a way, interconnected towards the root of the cause of this place. As this Sippy individual was once a great Myconid in its life, now controlled and twisted towards the grand nature of things here that has resided in this corruption, as it doesn't seem to correspond until the donation has been given forth. But merely just looking at it, it doesn't have a conversation with you. It doesn't seem to move its body as well. It begins to almost feel like it's like stiff and awaiting, as its eyes are not even blinking.
I forget the Myconid that we found had a weird name.
His name is Scoopadoo.
Rumbledump?
Or Rumpledump.
Scoopadoo? Okay.
Rumpledump, yeah. Rumpledump.
Rumbledump.
But Rumpledump was talking with you guys consistently. He wanted to
Exactly.
know as much as possible, as he was
Well,
like
I'm
almost
in
like a
the same-
child.
Say, we are friends of Rumpadump. We have come here at his bequest, just to see if that stirs anything.
Doesn't answer.
I'm gonna tell the group, I think this guy's heavily infected. I think he's not like the other Myconids that we've seen. That he's part of the demonic influence. Unless we can break him of this influence, we're gonna have to burn him. And the rest of these people here.
I think
So
we
you
should
try
just.
the mayonnaise first.
Yeah, I would say we give up some of the mayonnaise and see what they're actually doing over here.
Percent mayonnaise, do what you have.
Horik, give him some of your mayonnaise.
How much?
Isn't it? How much can that thing make? Isn't it infinite?
2 gallons.
Oh,
Which is still a shit ton of mayo.
yeah. I don't know. A generous amount? Or
We have
give him
another
like
jar.
or give him like a small amount, see if he likes it.
Okay. I can put a little bit of the mayo in a jar, in a vial, and hand it to you. Go off for mayo! You can do the offering. I'm not approaching zombies.
Jeez. Alright. Doug's going to kind of slowly, kind of nervously, kind of watching the Myconid carefully as he approaches. We're not too knowledgeable about the social tendencies of Myconids. So we're not really sure what would be a good gift. We have something here we call mayonnaise. And could you try this out and let me know if it'd be a good gift?
As it looks at you, taking it and using its almost like its nostrils, whatever it has for nostrils, kind of takes it and places it next to the big tree. Or aka the mushroom. As it kind of looks at you and begins to speak towards you, rather a slanted mouth rather than using its spores. As it looks towards you for a moment. The great tower to her glory will grow even larger. This is a great boon. We take this with heed. The name is Sippy. This is the Zerkowitz, friend of Horomast. As in Horomast's response, as you see this rather big giant thing wake up. As you see this.
Is it a tree?
Yeah.
Big circle
Pretty.
It's a mushroom tree kind of thing, but yeah. As you see it, why you come here? It says, Horomast in response. They have come here as guests towards our queen. They have given us a gift. Nurturing, as he places the liquids onto its bark. As Sippy invites you to a small mushroom garden. As he places it here, as you can see, a private stash, placing all the goods of oddities. There's nothing of metal that resides here, as they do not accept it, as it's not biodegradable. As you see, as you contemplate around, you see there are 5 different mushrooms, as some grow differently in oddities, as they offer you freely. You may taste our herbal concoctions here. You're welcome to feed if you require sustenance. As you can see, a variety of different mushrooms. They may buff you or they may be detrimental depending on how you see fit. As you see the mushroom individual. Around the mushrooms, you see them kind of growing everywhere kind of thing. From what you can see, you see a red and black mushroom. As he calls it, the chaotic contemption. If you sit back and ponder the chaos of the abyss, while chewing this, you will see all the colors of the abyss, right here within the Neverlight Grove. As he offers that mushroom, if you see fit, if you want to try and taste of their own food, as kind of like, you gave me a donation, I'm gonna give you something back. You also see across the sparkling stars speckled mushrooms called the Wizard's Wonder. The drow wizards visited the grove a year ago, suggested I added a drop of imp saliva into my fertilizer. Boy, I'm glad I did. This one tastes great. Packs a kick. As you see another mushroom, a white radiant mushroom called the Cleric's Contagion. As he introduces it, this one is rather weak, but I know you will like it. My Duergar Clack friend sure did. At least this one didn't make her vomit all over my gardens. As you see another mushroom, a small, fragile-looking mushroom, purest of white, called the Tears of Angels. Guys, did I ever tell you about the time that an angel visited the grove? He was really bummed because he kept whining and crying about all the chaos and demons have caused some other nonsense. He started actually weeping, so I managed to catch a few tears and use them to water my gardens. And the last mushroom, the mushrooms whose cap is colored with dozens of vibrant hues, all swirled together. This one is my personal favorite. It's 43 different mushroom flavors. Or was it 37? I can't remember. But I know it blew my mind. As you can tell, Sippy's acting normal again. Like, the connection is interlinked at times when it needs to be. Like his mind is back in order for the time being. Well, do you not want to try anything?
Wouldn't mind
Alright.
trying something.
I'm happy to answer whatever questions you regard the Neverlight Grove. However, you must try one of my mushrooms, of course. For a question.
Sippy, do you feel the influence of Jubilix or any other demons in your grove?
I won't answer that question until you try a mushroom.
What's the Wizard Wonder do again?
You'll have to try it and wonder.
Do I have to, or just somebody from my group?
I'm gonna roll an insight check. Do I feel like? Gee, I don't see anything. This is pretty legit, guys. Think
Legit as fuck.
and Doug's gonna kind of walk over and start inspecting the ones that were grown from angel tears.
Okay. So you come to the purest mushroom, a white mushroom called Tears of Angel. You pluck it out of the ground.
I don't know how I feel about trying these without knowing what they do, but how bad could
Naziz
angel
is
tears
just
be?
watching you like a hawk.
Doug's gonna toss the angel tear mushroom into his mouth.
So you begin to chew it and taste it. As you taste it, it tastes like sadness and regret. For the next hour, the character who eats this has gains a temporary 2+ to their dexterity score, -1 to wisdom, and -1 to intelligence.
Oh, nice.
That's not bad.
Yeah, for me that's perfect.
I'll go ahead and walk up to the Wizard's Wonder here.
It doesn't
Is
last.
there, like,
It's just
a big-
temporary, so it doesn't last. It lasts only an hour, so. Alright, you pick up a mushroom of the Wizard Wonder, okay? As you see this sparkly specked mushroom.
I do try and sniff it, and I kind of poke it with my wand a little bit, see how jiggly it is.
What are you doing? Why would you do it? We only need one.
It smells like
His
coconut.
seem to be good.
Oh, good lord. Okay. Yeah.
But if you never had a coconut before, it's very fruity.
I think Isa had. She was up there for a while. Can I do like a nature or anything else at this time?
It looks edible, but you can roll a nature check depending what you want to ascertain about it. You won't understand what it does until you eat it, but
Poisonous?
yeah, you can roll a nature check if you want. It's not poisonous.
I'm willing to try it.
Make sure you eat the whole thing. It's scrumptious.
I just take a nibble. I don't want to take the whole thing.
Alright, that won't give you anything. As you nibble it, it just tastes like a coconut. As you don't get
Then
any benefits.
Then I would eat the whole thing.
Alright. As you consume the whole thing, for the next 2 hours, you begin to feel like you've gained something, but you also lost something. So you get a +1 to your intelligence score for 2 hours, but you lose a -1 to your dexterity score.
Sounds about right for me.
Remember, this is just temporary, so you can modify your sheet, but remember you have to unmodify it afterwards.
Thank you.
Anybody else want to try any mushrooms? There's 3 other mushrooms that have not been tasted.
I'll go up to the chaos one.
Okay. You come to the red and black mushroom.
Risky.
You put some sauce
I guess
on it.
when in Rome. I will pick it up and put it in my mouth.
As you begin to chew it, you begin to see the colors of the rainbow flash upon the Neverlight Grove as the bitter taste that leaves your scowling and spitting for the next 4 hours. As during these 4 hours, the person who eats this mushroom gains +2 to the wisdom, but -1 to the charisma score. As you're scowling and spitting for the next 4 hours. As it tastes
What are the last
awful.
two that? What are the last two that haven't been eaten?
The white radiant mushroom called the Cleric's Contentation, I think it's called. As the other one is a mushroom cap who has colorful dozens of vibrant hues swirled together. Kind of like
That one
Willy,
looks pretty.
Willy Wonka
Ophelia
style.
eat it. Ophelia eat it. It looks pretty.
Alright, you consume it and chew it and eat it. As for the next 4 hours, you gain +2 intelligence, +1 dexterity, -1 strength, and -2 wisdom.
What?
Oh, that's a lot.
+2 intelligence, +1 dex, -1 strength, and -2 wisdom. So you basically nerfed yourself slightly.
Yeah. Minus intelligence and wisdom.
As you taste the colors of the rainbow as you eat this mushroom.
No, it's a +2 in intellect, right?
+2 intelligence, +1 dex, -1 strength, -2 wisdom.
Okay. It's not really a.
You're almost like Willy Wonka, you know. I'm tasting grape. I'm tasting watermelon. It's just different flavors.
Of a -1 wisdom saving throw now.
Does anybody want to try the cleric's one? It doesn't stack, so if you have another one, it will remove the last one you had. Ideally, but in this sense, we have 6 players, so it wouldn't remove it for you until it's gone. So if any of the 2 remaining people want to try it, they're welcome. If not, we can move on.
Vic, do you want to try it? Being the cleric?
No, Vic does not. Save all you dumb motherfuckers that try these mushrooms.
So,
Didn't you used to grow mushrooms, Vic?
Yeah, and I know to stay away from certain ones, and you guys are just eating them up.
Hey,
Nobody asked me.
even
Jeez,
though Doug's speech maybe feels a little slurred, a little sluggish, I think it went fine.
I'm gonna follow Vic's example and not eat the mushroom.
you're not
True
eating the
to
mushroom?
yourself.
Okay.
I'm not.
Alright. As you guys continue onwards, you can obviously ask him what you see fit without obviously agitating the mushroom. Like Vic had prior. But it's up to you prior. Since Vic, you didn't really eat the mushroom, anybody else can ask Sippy any questions.
Would he ask him that question if he's felt Jubilix's touch or any other demonic influence down here?
Have you felt any demonic forces down here, like Jubilex?
It looks at you. Who's that? As it looks at you, funnily. I never heard of that
The
one.
Demon Lord?
Demon Lord?
Yeah. Demonic influence? Jubilex?
Nope.
Ring a bell?
Never heard of it. Come, we have much to do.
Okay.
What are we doing again?
Well, you're here for the Great Queen Zygmoin, aren't you not? You must
Yes.
see everything here.
Follow the bouncing mushroom, man.
Boink, boink, boink. Good thing Mario's not here. He would eat it. As you begin to head towards the Garden of Welcome. The Garden of Welcome's a small clearing, more than 20 corpses planted within it. The heads of the corpses stick out from the ground as it freaks you out. For some of you. As an awkward angle for most macabre heads are riddled with open pustules, fungi growths, and the heads bid the characters a cheerful greeting. Welcome to the Zygmoinan paradise. Aren't they wonderful? They have a new purpose now. As the corpses were once travelers, wanderers into the Nevernight Grove, were utterly likely killed or planted, clearing as sacrifices to the Queen of the Zygmoids. As now they seem to be animated as undead or spore servants, the power of the Zygmoid, forever on. Long live she reign. As from your perspective, you can roll a perception check to see upon many of their heads as you walk past them. Maybe you recognize one, or maybe you don't recognize it. With a DC 15 or higher, some of you begin to see a female drow as she begins to look at you for a moment, as without the mushrooms say so, or even viewership, you can see the individual. Please, I beg of you, put me out of my misery. I don't want to live like this anymore.
I'll come up beside her with my fungal or mildew mace in hand, and what house do you serve?
She looks at you. I don't serve a house anymore. I once resided with Queen Loth before all this has conspired.
What? You lived in the Nine Hells or whatever with her?
Sorry?
You live in the Nine Hells with her?
Before...
The Demon Webs?
No. House... As she looks at you, confused. I come from Menzoberranzan.
So do my people. What house did you serve?
House Berenry.
And who are you?
I am nobody anymore. Merely a servant to this queen now, residing here. I was once Jolette. Now, a headless creature, slowly twisting and turning into this horror abomination. Please put me out of my misery, and do it swiftly and quietly.
I said I'd drawn my mace, I'll do it. Bash her brains with it.
You have to do so give me a sleight of hand if you're trying to do it quietly.
Nope,
DC's a 10.
not trying to do it quietly. I'll just do it.
Alright. Does anybody stop this?
No, I said sleight of
Okay.
hand it.
Oh, she's too
nothing.
far away.
Anybody who got a 15 perception check or higher can see this happening.
Louise, I think.
I would try and like hold her hand a bit. I'm next to her.
Alright.
I try and grab her wrist a little. Not yet. We're guests here. We have yet to meet the queen. We don't even know the temperament here. We can take care of this later. She'll still be here.
How
know
do you-
she's lying.
I agree, Rick. I think it's best if we wait.
So
As you-
Vic digs out of her bag and produces a signet ring that shows a different picture.
She looks at you. So you can tell her mind is slowly going.
Yeah, I'm trying to do it. Sorry.
As for the rest of you, you see a foul-tempered lizard folk who repeatedly seems fit to look at the cobalt.
Post a ring with that. That's also House Benray.
As you can tell, she doesn't say any anymore. You can see tears wiping across her eyes. You shouldn't be here. They will kill you.
Nor should you.
As you hear the lizard folk man, a drow cunt here. You should leave and never be back. As you see the lizard folk kind of mock you and call you belittling names as the creature's head is stuck in the dirt, himself slowly twisting and turning by the god itself. You see another one, a male drow, as he looks at you, as he's like, "Free me, and I shall serve you once more." As you see another one, a male Duergar, as he's like, "I can show you how to become one with the earth. Free me from this sanctity before I turn."
Let's try something new, and I'll try to free the male drow.
I'll let her do it. And we had that conversation last night, so I'm gonna say if she wants to do it, she doesn't normally want to do things much, so.
As the creature goes forward without you waiting, as it kind of stops. As you guys begin to dig through, I'm guessing, using a shovel, maybe your hands, through the soil.
Yeah, hopefully maybe we can ask Horik to summon some shovels.
I have a shovel. I'll hand it over to Vic.
Alright.
Like we'll start
Where are
digging.
you going first for?
The one that asked me to put them down.
Alright. So you start digging around her. As you realize quickly, as you dig and dig and dig, you don't find the body dug, as you've kind of like realized quickly enough. It's just a head. How are they alive? As you still see the interconnected weaves of the mushroom spores connected into their stream. They're one with Zygmoid now. They're barely alive. It's a horror for sight. Wondering where their bodies are, but merely just their head. As likely the corpses have decomposed long ago and used as fertilizer for this place. As you can see the vines pulsating, almost like vessels feeding it, keeping the head alive until it consumes the head and eventually kills them for sustenance. As if it's just one head who knows if there's other heads are like this as well.
We put them out of their misery.
Exactly. We're doing them a favor by putting them out of their misery, not let them be drained by these vines and these demons. I take no pleasure in this. I just don't want to feed the further generations.
I bet they won't like us if we start killing the heads.
Yeah, I hate to say it, but maybe don't kill the heads right now. Maybe we should just go. I don't like this place.
Yeah, I don't either. This is creepy.
If you were stuck like they are, would you not want someone to end their suffering?
I believe in what Doug's saying, that these people can't be held here voluntarily for this. I mean, this isn't what they expected. This is a mercy kill.
It's not that they don't deserve to be freed, but it's now the right time for us to do so. We're going to be surrounded. We're heading towards a queen. We don't know what is in this area. Do you want to be surrounded and killed by freeing these heads? I like my life better than I am worried about them.
What if they draw their power from this? What if they come to activate and this is what they draw upon?
What if they kill us for poking a head?
Anything is possible. Anything.
This is what they do. They're not friends.
As you guys, some of you begin to ignore the ones lost into the grove itself. Some of you begin to make its winding trails up the winding trail itself, continuing onward, eastward. Along the trails, you encounter several white bubbles like puffballs floating in the air. Almost like they could be popped as they float and bounce across your shoulder, Naziz.
I will steer clear of any spoilers around here.
I make sure I have my mask on.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Put on that dwarven breathing thing.
And that will do the same.
I will do the same.
Ophelia
Or
put on
take
hers
the head.
too.
As you guys begin to, I'm guessing, ignore the heads for the time being, maybe go back for them later.
Yes.
And as you eventually
Oh,
arrive
fine.
to the communal clearing, the winding trail leads to a large pond within the center of the Neverlight Grove. Next towards the pond, several large zuckerwood mushrooms have been stacked up atop each other, forming a tower. The wooden weapons, broken desks, and sturdy doors have been jammed into the mushrooms in odd angles. The purple fungi that grows along the surface, most of the objects. The ladders of varying length as you lean against a bizarre tower. You can see there are 10 Myconid adults here working on the tower, and about 15 Myconid spores playing within the clearing. Scaling mushrooms and diving into the pond, the Myconids are friendly, if noticed to greet characters, of course, as the air is thick with rapid spores here. Thankfully, you have masks on, as you do not inhale anything here.
What their lease.
Hate to say it, can we take 5?
Yeah, yeah. These are the little guys playing around, like children, little babies. And there's this big
And
guy
there's
over
10
here.
adults and 10 babies?
There's a lot of them. There's there's the big Myconids. These are the Myconids.
We don't have a good track record with babies.
We'll take 5-minute
No.
break. We'll be back in 5 minutes, as you guys will see fit to come back here and see what else is to explore of this grand big place.
Is anyone still around?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
I'm here.
Yeah.
I'm here.
Anyone playing any new games?
Battleship and Stratego.
Oh, nice.
But that's in
Stratego was
person.
always fun. I've been playing the Oblivion remastered that came out. It's a nice little blast in the past.
Never played it, but hear a lot of good things about it on Reddit.
Yeah, same.
I was kind of worried it wouldn't run well, but it's been really good. And it still has all the charm that the old game had with just quirky stuff going on, but that's kind of what made the game fun to begin with.
Right?
So I had a funny thing kind of happen today, if anybody wants a little chuckle.
What's that?
My office has actually had like 2 or 3 catered meals. Well, not catered, but we've had food provided for like breakfast and lunch for the last 2 days. And right after lunch, I totally split my pants.
Oh, that
Yikes.
sucks.
I am so
Oh.
sorry.
Yeah, well, it was like on the leg, like right under the butt, so it was not horrible. It's not like crotchal or along the seam or anything, but it's from wear and tear. They're a little older and whatnot. But I got a half day from it.
That's good.
I'm like, I can't work with this. I got to go home. So I got a nice nap.
I worked from home the entire week.
Ooh, why?
The flu. I went in on Monday, and they politely asked me to not come back until next week.
Oh wow, yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah. On the bright side, it means I can do my yearly Bloodborne play with my buddy.
Nice.
Always nice.
Yeah,
Oh,
we do
yeah.
it. We do it every year for my birthday. So
Birthday week?
yes, on Saturday.
Happy birthday, man.
I forgot our birthdays are like right next to each other. Or close.
Yeah.
God damn, double birthdays.
Yeah, mine's on Tuesday.
Oh, hell yeah.
Well, happy
Guys,
birthday, guys.
You guys are growing up so fast.
Yeah.
I know I'm ancient. 36.
Oh, you're a pup.
Have you guys heard about that new game that came out, Schedule 1?
No.
Yeah, I think me and you talked about it a little bit a couple weeks ago.
It's like a joke game. It's like you sell drugs and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, you did mention it.
Yeah, you manufacture drugs.
You manufacture drugs.
Yeah, that game's pretty goofy.
Yeah, it's hella goofy. I've been playing it nonstop.
Yeah, you like grow or like manufacture the drugs, whatever it is, and then you can go to a convenience store and buy a bunch of like random stuff or pills or whatever and mix it in with the drugs, and it gives them special effects.
Yeah. You can make like signature drugs and stuff like that.
And so when you like sell them to people, they like take it right away, and then whatever the effect is happens to them. So it's just goofy, but fun.
It's hella goofy. I've been having a blast playing it though.
Have to admit, not even on my radar, man.
Fair enough.
It was just kind of like a game that kind of went viral out of nowhere. It was just like a single person who made the game.
Oh, that can be fun.
Yeah, it's like one of those little indie games. It was real cheap.
Alright, I'm back.
Welcome back.
You're the same age as me, man. 36. I hit 36 back in November. I feel old.
I
Turning
feel ancient.
34.
34.
I was 40 last year.
So we only have one baby in this group.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, who's the youngest? Am I the youngest?
No. Aziz. I'm pretty sure.
No, I'm older than both of them.
What?
What?
You sound super young.
Yeah, I've got
I
a
thought you
baby,
were
like-
I thought you were like 25.
No, I'm 37.
Wow. What is it? We're all in their 30s. Damn. 30s.
Go
and-
80s children's.
Damn, man.
I'm 33. I
Yeah.
just turned 33 last weekend.
You are the baby.
Yeah. You're the youngest.
Oh, the
Holy
baby.
crap!
Look at the baby. I'm gonna pinch your cheeks now, baby.
Yeah, there's
I
a
did not
range.
know
I'm
that.
53. He's 33.
Yeah. Yeah, but in my
We
books,
have
like
range.
Isa and you guys are not that age. I'm sorry. You're like in the same age group as how you guys act. So
This is where we get to act that age.
yeah, just pretend you're 30.
Always a fun
in your 30s. So wait, you started our campaign when you were 29?
Yeah.
You were a baby.
My God.
The baby.
That was before I even had hobbies.
What are hobbies? Alright. So you guys find yourself and rather kind of a communal clearing full of children playing, mushroom children, of course, myconids and whatnot, building and repairing stuff. As you begin to see individuals, you can see a myconid child look at you as it wants to play a game with you. As it reaches its hand towards you. Its little stumpy hand.
Ophelia will play.
Alright. As the myconids begin to focus tending on the bizarre structures, as for those wishes to help, those that want to reconstruct the buildings are welcome to help these adult myconids out. If not, you can see fit to leave them as they be. But the myconids in their games, the games are with fungi. Myconid sprouts play different games with each of you indulging the games. The sprouts engage at least with 2 of these games as the adult myconids named Tukalu is the caretaker of them. I'm glad you are playing with the children. They love playing with outsiders. It is good to see. As he speaks.
Oh, thank you. They seem to be pretty sweet around here. It's better than most of the human kids out of some of the villages, to be honest. They just seem to play.
Well, the more the merrier. I haven't had any fun in quite some time. As the first game, you can choose out of 3 games. You can play them all if you like. The first game is basically Deep Gnome Soccer. The game is played like normal soccer, except the soccer ball is severed of an animated head that has a squishy mushroom-like consistency. As the head seems to belong to a deep gnome long ago. As you can tell, his head is animated in a way that he cheers as he gets kicked.
Ophelia is totally down with this. This is so weird. As she helps them kick the ball.
Alright, this is the game. The game is played of 3 rounds. For each round, the characters of your course must make a group skill check, acrobatics or athletics, against the mushroom kids. So you're going to be by yourself if no one wants to help you join.
I will help. Since I am tripping, I will help play.
Alright, go where Ophelia's at with the soccer game.
And that will go to.
Alright.
Hey, we got a team now!
That is
You
so
said-
gross. There,
did you
I'm not
say-
doing
Did you say acrobatics or athletics?
It is it's acrobatics or athletics. You can choose either or. As the game plays out forth, the sproutlings begin to kick the ball. As you hear the head, oof, yeah, oof, oof, as it seems like it cheers and then taunts you. Kick me! You can't kick me! You suck! As the head talks to you. It gets kicked and punted, bruised and knacked and squished.
When you say our for the mushrooms, the effects are for our attributes, not the modifier, right?
It's for the score check, so it does affect your actual skills. It should have it would affect everything that is dex base or anything. You can modify the stats, but you don't have to if you don't want to. You just have to minus.
Yeah, I just have it up on a piece of paper. So this would be it'll be the same. I only got a +1 to my deck.
Everybody as a group
My
check
next
acrobatics or athletics as you can see fit.
As is with the nat one.
I gotta see theirs. Give me a second. Myconids.
I don't know about you, but I am busy contemplating the cosmos right now.
I am playing soccer hard as hell with my wings, flying around, kicking that ball.
as the kids falter, as you score a point. Goal! Wow! As the head's like, they scored! As they kick the ball at you.
What's we did?
As the head rolls his eye towards you. Second round.
Get again.
33. You guys, as a group. And Izzy's and Doug does it easily, overhanding as Ophelia joins in. Izzy score another goal, kind of tripping one of the kids, kind of going through and eventually scoring the ball as kind of Doug does a hat trick behind, shooting it into the net. Ugh! And if there is a tiebreaker, both individuals will have to make an acrobatics check if that ever happens. As the last score, roll again. Ooh, that natural one screwed them in the foot. So you score your last one, winning the game against the Myconid creatures, seeing fit that you have accomplished where they had faltered. I'll show you a picture of them, actually. They're kind of cool. The new art, actually, for them. We'll put it in the Discord. Happy family. A little fucked up, though, but yeah. Do you want to play another game? As they bounce around. Race you to the top of the tower. Do you accept that, or no? You see.
I don't know if we have time for all these games, do we, guys?
Come on, I want to play more. Then we can play hide and seek.
I don't think we should do hide and seek.
No.
Play.
I'm sorry, guys.
Come on. Just one more game.
All right. Is it okay if we play one more, guys?
Do it, yay! You see Vic give a very fake but loud admiration for it. Yay!
It doesn't seem like he's very interested in it, but he said okay. I was mainly asking him because he said I have to ask more people about stuff before I do things. Guess you agrees to play another game.
Alright. Which one do you want to do? Hide and seek or race to the top?
Race to the top, most likely.
Alright. You guys can all join in if you want, or you can sit out. It's up to you if you wish. There's no group checks for this one. This is just merely who's the fastest. So it involves one of the characters racing to the Myconid's spore to the top of the Zerkwood Tower. The Myconid sprout climbs the tower, but you guys can make athletic checks. It is made with disadvantage because of the awkward nature of the structure. If you fall, you do take damage. So it's a 1v1 kind of thing against one. So whoever feels like they can beat this Myconid sprout.
Can I guide somebody ahead of time?
If you want to be there, you're welcome to, but it depends who wants to race the Myconid kid.
So is this climbing or?
It is. It's climbing, but it's running it as well. But the tower is so very. The structure is not. It's compromised basically in a way.
I feel like I'd be cheating because I could just fly up it, so someone else can do it.
Well, Aziz, is it you or me?
You have fun with that.
Are you afraid of heights, Aziz?
Well, seeing as the last time I fell through floorboards, yeah.
Oh.
I will kind of walk up in front. Looks like you're challenging me.
Cast guidance on Doug.
All right. Ready, set, go! As you begin to watch the little child sprint up pretty fast, he's quite fast, as he has no issue climbing across the tower, as Myconids are made for this kind of due diligence. But for you, you'll have to make an athletics checks with disadvantage. You can add the d4 to your check, though.
With disadvantage?
Correct. Because it's an awkward nature of structure that you're not used to climbing. And you can add the d4 to it. As you begin to try to climb up, you do falter and fail, as you're off by 1 DC check. As you take 3 points of bludgeoning as you smack your head onto the ground. As you see the Sproutling begins to make it to the top, beginning to use acrobatics. As you can attempt to climb again if you see fit to try to beat the child or give up.
Yeah, he's gonna go again.
Disadvantage. 13 is this DC as you begin to climb up. As you get quickly, bring your momentum and speeding up to the child with quick haste across this rickety tower itself. As at the end, I'd like you both make an acrobatics check. The acrobatics check is not with disadvantage.
And
As you see the child win, as he does a backflip over it. I win!
you did both one. Good job.
Yeah!
And as Doug will kind of begin climbing down.
So after quite some time of playing with the children, some of you begin to watch the Myconids rebuild structures in the distance. Eventually you do see Toldu, the caretaker, see fit towards the three of you that resided in this academics and rather cherish of children. He greets you and gives you a gift. I thank you for playing with the children. I have not had fun in quite some time. I would like to offer you this if you take it. As you see a cloak being offered to you. Do you take it?
Ophelia will reach out and take it.
Alright. You have no idea what it does, but you can identify it later on. The cloak itself has dark hues and rather creepy standards. It has skulls all over it of countless individuals that have died. Sewn into it.
Mm.
That sounds pretty cool.
As you do see across the builders, they continuously choose to build the economy up. As you see more Myconids in the distance community, you see 200 adult Myconids and 50 more Myconid sprouts beginning to see fit to build and rebuild. As you can see upon the overseer, a rather large Myconid sovereign stands out in the circle of 3. As he's making sure that everybody's working at 100% efficiency. As you can tell, if something happens here, dearly, these Myconids would stop to no one and should annihilate you if need be with their force. As you see the large Myconid above, working them hard, making sure to complete their tasks, as hundreds of Myconids begin to work post haste in the distance. As you see before you, you see a trail. A jagged trail that leads up to the face of a snail hill. As you begin to see fit, the trail of the forested underlining of rot becomes increasingly evident. As this putrid stalks, knowing more like tumors than mushrooms, growing everywhere. Upon the soft grounds, it squelches loudly as each step is stirred. A rank of stench and long entombed decay across this trail ahead of you, Isa.
So it's not giving really homey, clean vibes, is what you're telling me.
No.
Quite the opposite.
Something rank down there.
This is most likely the source of the contamination. We should investigate.
Lead the way. But we should make sure everybody's with us before we do.
Precisely.
As you begin to walk across it, the squishing and squelching stench of it begins to
That's where we're
move.
going.
As you guys begin to move in, Doug, you realize quickly enough something is a little bit misfit here. At places the ground furrows briefly as if some kind of large human-sized worm was burrowing beneath it. As you realize you're not alone, something here thrives and lives. As it begins to rather see forth. Upon your eyes you see more humanoid corpses buried with their heads can be found along the trail. Like the ones you had seen prior, but these ones are long dead. Not alive anymore. Exposed, their faces are rotten and pulsating slowly. Tiny little bugs crawl across the mold and fungi that covers their cheeks and forehead. Most of the head has been hummed from some sort of profane hymn, as before these dead bodies seem to rather be reanimated by the Zygmoid and her fiendish spores. Most of them have been entombed. Corpses dwelling in the state of euphoric rapture. Most occasionally wake up, disoriented and confused where they are. As you can see, their eyes begin to move and trail a while as you begin to walk carefully through this place. Nearing clearly, this place is contaminated and beyond belief. Detriment to humanity, what they have created here.
So do we want to rush through here?
Don't want to linger.
I can do this if we want to. I can take a 10-minute, cast it as a ritual.
I don't think we
E4.
have 10 minutes.
Okay.
As Dog, as you come halfway through, you see eventually a glimpse. Halfway through the trail, you see a female deep gnome. As you can see, her head sticks out. She screams loudly as demons! Demons have arrived! They've broken into my home! She screams continuously towards you, thinking you're demons. You can try to stop her and calm her down with a persuasion check. Or similar spells, like Charm Person or Calm Emotions. As it seems the head is weakened and defenseless. Could easily be smashed or exploded by its putrid brains across the ground as it's screaming at you. How do you want to perceive this, Doug?
Doug's not very good at persuasion, so
Smash.
smash.
Alright. You begin to run up towards the head. And try to smash its head in and concave it. That's a hit. As you smash the head, as it explodes, spraying purifying cations of brain matter everywhere. As it sprays almost like a spore, as you have these gas masks on, keeping sure that you won't inhale anything of any nature. As you begin to realize quickly enough, there's more of them. I'd like to roll initiative. As one pops its head from the side from that side, and another one behind you, Horik. As two of them seem to sprout their heads. One of a female orc, confused upon where it's at. Where am I? Where are my friends? As the other, you see a small Durko child waking up, asking for a lullaby to fall back asleep. As you see another head pop out from the ground, as they are human heads of people, once human long ago, now twisted into a horrifying creature. As you see another one of a human, as he begins to kind of look around, confused, and rather... As you can talk to these individuals, the initiative is just merely how you perceive it on your turn. As I will roll them in, and you can discern how you wish to placate this, I guess, going forward. As the one that seems fit, or rather the first one behind you, the orc, Horik, you can see she kind of basically looks at you confused. Are you friends or foe? I can't tell anymore, as she speaks orcish only. She tries to talk to you, Horik.
I don't speak Orcish, so I am even more scared.
As the one above you, up there, Doug, as you can kind of squint your eyes for a moment, you can see basically a small Duica child waking up, as it speaks in Undercommon, asking for it to fall asleep. Maybe a lullaby, potentially. Horik.
I am terrified. I'm going to try to run towards Ophelia.
They don't attack back, but you can tell by the faces of them, they seem rather disearned and confused where they are, as you just see a head looking at you.
I'm towards Ophelia, and I'm grabbing her dress. Where'd I go? Where'd I go?
Vic.
Okay, so these things are not attacking, correct?
They're not. They're people. They're heads. One of a child. One of an orc. One of a human. As one looks like a bear. A bear head over here.
Unbearable.
Oh, that was good.
As it depends on which one you're looking at. And the one behind them yeah, basically. So orc,
So I'm
child,
going to cast
bear, and then this is the humans and harm guy.
Bless. I'm going to cast it on Doug, on Naziz, and Issa. And then I'm going to pull out my whip, and I'm going to stay where I am.
Okay. Isa. As the man behind you, you can see a male human. As he looks at you, are you with us, Zentarum? If you are, I could sell you some secrets for 25 gold pieces. As he looks like he's in a loop of his last memory. Merely just a head looking at you, talking to you.
Oh yes, I have the 25 gold pieces. Tell me.
Just fetch it here on the ground.
I'll go ahead and put some gold on the ground for now. But it's kind of between the two of us. I'm waiting for the information.
The fungal corpses are quite knowledgeable. They can answer most questions regarding the Neverlight Grove and the Gaspid Shrines.
Gasping Shrines what?
That's the secret. Now pay up.
I put the gold towards him.
As you can tell, like, as you do, his eyes kind of twitch back a little bit. As almost like his memory's kind of fading. Like the last heads, you can see they're slowly kind of deteriorating.
And I grab my gold back.
As they look at you. Hey, that was mine! Why would you steal that from me? Help! Help!
Oh,
Thief!
okay. Hey. No harm, no foul. I just thought you were falling asleep and you didn't even know I had it. Sorry. I leave it.
Alright. That ends your turn. You want to move anywhere?
I'm gonna up towards Vic. Don't give that guy any more money. I got what he got. For the knowledge.
Alright. Jesus, as you see that horrible sight of what they have done to his Zentarum mercenary, planted in the ground, reliving their last memory.
I will carefully step away. Up this way. Why'd you give him money?
I thought I could get it back. I think we can if we go back through here.
They may give you information by talking to the head, so that one gave you information. But some of them may give you nothing. Ophelia.
Leo will start walking forward.
So basically, what the human had said, the Neverlight Groves and the Gaspid Shrines may give you the knowledge that you seek. You have no idea where that is, but once you do find it, there's your information.
So we're heading north, correct?
Yeah, leaving Horik behind.
Yes.
I'm gonna take the dash action then to get past some people.
As you
To
see
not
the
end
big-headed bear in front of you. As the bear itself, kind of buried cave bear, roars, challenging for those that passes through. If you want to try to kindle your way across it, you'll have to use an action to use an animal handling check on it.
I don't have an action, so I can't make it past it, and that's the end of my turn.
Alright.
But I will give a bardic to Doug.
Dude. As Mike and it roars and tries to scare you, but it doesn't seem to be in its full glory as it's just ahead. Doug. But it could still bite.
So action dash. And what does this one look like?
It's a bear head roaring at you, as it requires an animal handling check to get past it. Or you can attempt to try to get past it, but it might bite you, as it looks heavily contaminated.
Alright, I'll try animal handling.
Do you have an action?
Oh, no, I don't. I'll wait then.
As the Mike and it spore in the distance, the orc trying to speak towards Horik, unable to understand it, as she's trying to say something to you and trying to understand, but seems a correlation and connection as she looks upset and confused. Why the hell you here? As you don't understand a word she's saying. As the small Durga child complains in Undercommon that it wants to go back to sleep. Auric.
Alright. I am very behind, so I'm gonna cast Expeditious Retreat, so I can dash as a bonus action.
Okay.
I have to cast a spell to feel like a rogue. So, me, and then the bonus action. That is what I'm gonna give you there. Because we're still... Every square is 10 feet, right?
Correct.
Yeah. So it'll be 20 feet to pass through the square that Vic is on?
No, it doesn't count. It's just every square is 10 feet.
Okay. Okay. That is it for me. Just moving like a terrified child.
Alright, Vic.
Alright, so 10, 20, 30. Gets me right in behind Ophelia.
If you want, Vic, you could do a lullaby to the child or an animal handling check. If you have some rations, you do gain advantage against the bear.
Okay, I will make an animal handling, giving it a ration.
Is the ration? It has to be meat. Sadly, it can't be a mushroom or something.
That jerky.
Okay. As you toss it over, roll me an animal handling with advantage.
Double 11s, fuck.
A 10 is the DC what you needed, as it scraps it up
okay.
and eats it, as it looks like it's well detained for the time being.
I think he's content with that, guys. Go on, hurry past.
Isa.
Okay. And is it the one in front of Doug that was the bear?
Yeah, it's fine now. Remember, each square is 10 feet on the map.
Yep, I did only 3 squares for my 30.
Mm-hmm. So you can get past the bear now. It doesn't seem like it's going to bother you.
I am not going to push past, but I am going to ready in action if anybody attacks my friends.
Okay.
Firebolt.
Alright, the mic in it doesn't do anything.
Okay. I do not see the child yet. Do I hear the child?
You do hear the child. You can try to convince it to sleep through a perspective of lullaby. if you are good at singing, just for fun, you can try to put it back to sleep with a performance check and a role play.
In my -2 charisma, sure. No.
Try it.
Okay, fine. I will start singing it soft, kitty.
Okay. Let me
You
hear
better
it.
role play that.
Give me a verse.
Soft kitty, warm kitty,
Little ball of fur.
happy kitty,
Fur.
kitty, purr, purr, purr.
Alright, roll me that performance. DC's a 10.
Oh god. Oh
Yes.
wow.
You succeed as the child begins to drift back to sleep. As he mentions something about serpent trees, like lullabies too. As that is a hint to something.
Good to know.
That's what he says. As per out of combat. As they won't bother you. As their heads begin to slowly sink back into the foil of dirt. Except for one of them. Because the orc was never tamed. What would you like to do?
Continue to follow the path down.
As you can see, as you begin to move and follow the trail of horrors leading to a rise plateau. On the plateau rises a huge, towering mushroom. Thousands of smaller fungi cling to the main stalks, from which splits in dozens of small stalks. A stretch of rot and decay hangs heavily over the entire plateau. The Zerka wood cages contain a prone body of a dwarf that can be seen near the base of the mushroom. A light brown mold covers the bars of the cage. The towering mushroom is known as the Zigmor. Zigmor was where the demon queen Zigmor had gathered her powers before taking possession of the Akramox, an archway that leads into the mushroom's interior. But it's protected by what looks like a crackling shield of crimson opaque energy. 5 caves from the dug into the soil, ringing at the base of this rather grandeur of a mushroom. Within each cave is set a crude of moss-covered stairs that leads downwards. As it seems fit, this place is protected.
So
I
this
motion
is safe to
Ophelia
walk on?
forward. Come join us.
So basically, you can enter in, you just can't go through the archway. It's protected by this weird red barrier.
Oh, so I can't go
You can't,
past here?
no, you can go inside the mushroom. It's just, this is all theory of the mind at this
Oh,
point.
okay.
But whatever this abyssal kind of shrine archway is crackling with a shield with crimson opaque energy. As the cave has rather some tunnels dug into the soil, ringing at the base of rather the grand mushroom outside of it. As it seems like it's like a barrier of some sort. You can see the cage inside. You see a dwarven prisoner, but the whole cage is covered in brown mold.
Is he alive?
It looks like they're sleeping. Yes. And they're not just a head. They have a body.
Doug will start moving towards the person in the cage.
All right. What do you do?
Not getting too close to it. I'm not gonna call out. Hello there. Are you okay?
her eyes start all awake. Oh, you scared me. I thought it was the demonic mushrooms again. What brings you here? Oh, how are you not captured? Are you one slaved by the Myconid itself? I don't see any spores. What is that weird contraption on your face?
So we're not controlled by the mushrooms. This thing on my face, it blocks the spores, so they don't infect.
That's smart. I wish my people were as smart as that, but we were reckless. I am Benyord. I'm an architect. They keep me around to try to rebuild the fallen city, it seems. I guess I'm a slave here. And I will soon likely meet my end once my uses are met.
So you're not infected?
Not that I'm aware of.
I see.
I don't know what the infected could do. From what I could tell, the people they feel unuseful, they see their demise in the ground.
Yeah, from what they have seen, it seems they're mostly used, or once their use is
They're fertilizer.
fulfilled, they're fertilizer, I guess. The other things that we've seen that have been affected like zombies.
I'm too terrified to leave this cage. It's not locked, but there's a creature. Have you killed it? The Gaspide?
What? Whoa. We haven't fought in anything significant since we've been here.
Well,
what is it?
The Gaspide, well, it's a creature. From what I could tell, it's accompanied by a fungal abomination it calls itself Yisterbrood. Two of them have resided in the temple, where they sacrifice the Myconids and non-Myconids by the hundreds for the greater glory of the Zygmoid. What a horrible, horrible thing. The Gasbride's shrine, from what I can tell, can be accessed through the cave surrounding the base of this rather large mushroom. As the Gaspide seems to wanting to create a series of runestones hidden within the shrines that could be used to gain the entrance towards the Grand Mushroom, the Igimoris, that you reside in, of course.
I see.
But as now only members of the Circle of the Three, Gaspide, Filio, the one I'm assuming you've met, he seems to orchestrate everything outside, allowing everyone to work at full velocity, a large myconid mushroom, and the fungal abomination that calls himself Yisterbrood can enter the temple. However, the Gaspide has been placed runestones within the shrine as a way of testing the worthiness of the myconids to enter its temple. As that the experiences of the malevolent visions, the demonic shrine, and forces myself to help build this horrible place, the caverns beneath Yigimoris. My role is to build this blasphemous monument and I repeatedly ask the gods to forgive myself. I don't wish to die, and they only keep me alive because of this. As the myconids of the Neverlight's Grove is a ruse. The myconids have been corrupted by darkness. They seem friendly and welcoming, but are not. They're not themselves.
Yes, we kind of sense that, but if you do not feel comfortable leaving, we will not force you to. If,
Until that thing is dead, I am not getting out of here. The visions it gave me was horrible.
do you know how we reach it? Or is there any, like, secret information we should know?
Likely they're in the temple, all roaming around its side. They're great
Right.
creatures, not to be messed
Okay.
with. If it gets attacked, it will use the entirety of the Mike and its army to restrain you and feed you. I can provide some superficial information, of course. Maybe I can help you regarding the shrine. As
Sure.
the ruin stones. Maybe that they are the key to likely release the force field that resides in. Anybody who wishes to try to reside upon the force field would be shunned back. It's not merely just a capability of getting through, you need to destroy it or weaken it by some force.
What type of force?
The ruins, the demonic ruins, keep this force field at bay for nobody to enter the shrine, the temple, without the three.
You know where they are.
I do not know where they are. I've been stuck in this cage. But I know one of them, Filio, tends to, well, you've seen him before, the large mushroom out there orchestrating hundreds of those Myconids building.
Hmm. Yeah, I'm not sure how we're going to get that off of him
He is
without killing him.
he is the key to get inside. They are built through the genetic code of the demonic corruption. So at a post tense, it's like linked into his mind, like all three
Okay.
of them. But there might be a way around to get through the force field, as you can look around the vicinity and see fit. If you get stuck, you can always leave the area and kind of traverse the rest of the map of, obviously, the main map of the Neverlight Grove and begin to converse and see fit. But she gives you all she needs. The mold itself is obviously dangerous. It's covered in it, but it's unlocked. She can leave as she wishes freely, but the problem is she's afraid to leave because that thing will get her. It somehow gives the individual nightmares, and in a way that she doesn't want to lose her sanity. She's afraid of it. Whatever it is, it's unknown, but it sounds like some kind of demon. As you guys begin to look around prospectively, you begin to see the Ygamores is solid to the touch, utterly impassable of this crackling energy barrier. As you can see, right of the archway of the four circular depressions arranged in a column. As you guys begin to discover them, as you can see fit, there are impressions all over kind of the Neverlight Grove.
Mm. Well, what do we think?
This is how they're getting everywhere. It seems to have tunnels everywhere.
Anyone have any ideas how we go about this? I have a feeling if we try to go after that guy out there, it not end well for us.
Their power is that they have heads on sticks. Ours is that we're the ventriloquist. We have to take them down. You have to not allow the one to control the hundreds. You take the fight to them.
And how do you suggest we do that?
I don't know, but it seems to have some kind of communal information sharing and knowledge, and that if we take out the main receptors, I have a feeling that the low end, would peter out, and we need to, instead of fighting everybody, take the fight to the few.
But if they're interconnected, won't attacking one of them signal the others?
I mean, most likely, but
So you basically see 4 cave tunnels inside the Zygmoid, outside the Zygmoid that you can enter in. As they're seemingly, from her words, correlated towards the barrier itself, as there might be some obstacles you may have to traverse before releasing it. There are 3 basically leaders that can have the capability of going through the gateway without having to remove whatever this is. But obviously, it's suicide just to get Filio towards where you're at, as likely he himself has an army of Myconids to his disposal.
I wish we were stronger, but I'm willing to try at least following one of these paths, see if we can start breaking it down.
And these paths are on the map,
It's
or
all
is that
through the
through the
mine.
mine?
It's all through the
Oh,
mine.
okay. Gotcha. Hmm. And I'm down to try one of the paths as well. I don't know which one to take, though.
take the one that's closest.
As good as any, I guess.
Let's just name them by cave 1, 2, 3, and 4.
Cave 1.
4.
You're going to cave 4 by yourself?
Oh, no, I was just suggesting 4. If everyone's going up.
Doesn't matter to me.
If everyone's going to 1, let's go on 1. That's fine.
Alright. As you guys continue onwards, continue into whatever cave you choose to go into. As you eventually come across engraving and a depression upon your travels, you can see written here, only those blessed 4 times over may gain entrance to the Zygmoid's holy shrine. Using one's own hand, arrange such blessing as one would receive them, descending downwards through the abyss.
What? Can you repeat that 4 blessings thing?
Yeah, only those blessed 4 times over may gain entrance to the Zygmoid's holy shrine. using one's own hands, arranging such blessings as one would receive them, descending downwards through the abyss. As you see an engraved depression reading these words.
Is that like near the entrance or middle or?
Yes, it's in the entrance where you have seen the gateway, and it's kind of imprinted inside.
Then can we check the other caves? See which one seems the most.
They're all the same looking.
Maybe it's the mushrooms from the beginning of the map.
Ah, yes.
So there's
No,
probably an
there were
order.
more than four. There were more than 4 mushrooms.
So in a
They've been
sense, out
fine.
of context, you can roll an insight check upon what this meaning is. If you don't really know what it is, obviously it can help you here. So the 15 or higher, the rune stones must be placed in order of their abyssal layers, with the lowest layer on top as a reminder of the ruins of the respectful layers. So basically you have to align them properly or they won't work. Once you find the ruins.
But we don't know where the ruins are.
Yeah, so and if any stones is out of place, you will be faulted for it.
So find the stones, figure out the order, arrange them, profit.
Yeah, it'll let you get where you need to go. You can't just force yourself through it.
Should we ask the heads if they know anything?
No, that was creepy.
It is creepy.
Alright, you begin to make your descent upon one of the tunnels. The stairs lead down hundreds of feet into a spacious cavern. An unusual stone oven, large enough to hold an ogre, has been built within the cavern. Cackling green flames burn within its entrance arch. The oven is a ring of 5 trees. These white beech trees have fleshy trunks and tangles of serpent brought withered and hisses. The trees are arranged in such a way that it's impossible to reach the oven without passing beneath the branches, as the trees seem to be rather vipers of trees native to the abyssal forest of a location unknown to you, as these creatures itself look rather snake-like.
I think we learned that serpent trees like lullabies also. Do we have a person that's good at music? Ophelia?
Ophelia.
I could give it a try.
Something calming, soothing, slow tempo, kind of like this. Just gotta talk soft.
Oh, temple.
Slow, yes.
I don't really do slow.
I have faith in you.
She does the best she can, but she plays Cotton Eye Joe.
No. You start like 2 notes in, and I just start singing just the most easy listening thing. Lullaby, baby, lullaby, sleep. Da 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 da. And just kind of
Show
wings
Jordan.
Alright, roll me a performance check, Isa.
straight, no adjustments. 19.
Alright,
Whew.
as it sedates the snakes, trees, as they do not attack you or bite you, or cause any lethal venom into your bloodstream.
Yeah, that's not good. I'll try and work with Ophelia on some downtime. A little slowing it down a little.
As you see this urn as the withering viper branches kind of curl away in the burning oven, as you can see recoiling as the music sedates them for the time being. As you begin to reach the oven, as you notice the following inscription at the entrance of the oven. I will have to write this weird one. This is going to be weird, but you're going to have to put this in your... That's what you see on that. The lair of Azagot, where the three are made as one. The rules of the Dark Prince Graciti through the oven gates can be found his profane shrine. Here is just as the pain is felt as pleasure, and the pleasure felt as pain. So too does hot burn cold. For those that seek communal light, the three folds, candles and pray.
You can post that in chat.
Yes, please.
I'm not going to give you the whole thing. I'm just going to give you the... As anybody who's a proficient with Arcana or Religion can roll a check here. Only if you're proficient in it. If you're not proficient, do not roll. As an Arcana Religion, as you begin to realize, Grazad is the abyssal home of the demon lord Graciti. As you know, Azagot has taken up the 45th to 46th and 47th layer of the abyss. As it almost looks like you could almost step into the burning oven. But you might feel the searing pain of fire.
I'm actually pretty good with fire, I think. I'm resistant, at least.
Must be nice.
I'll stick my hand in,
Alright.
but it's not my main hand.
It burns you. For 1 point of fire damage.
Yeah, it's hot, guys.
Seems like
I have to admit,
it seems like
this
you
is
need to go in there.
complicated.
You need to go in there, basically, ideally. You gotta deal with it. It is complicated because it's all through the mind. It's a puzzle. I know a lot of people don't like puzzles. And riddles.
I hate puzzles.
So ideally, I'm trying to help you as a DM, that you'll have to go into the oven. You have to endure the damage and whatever is in there.
Just one of us?
It doesn't matter.
Hey, I kind of look at my cleric, Vic, and other people that can kind of keep tab, and I'm willing to try this. Anybody else better with fire than I am?
Nope, not me.
I don't believe so.
No, actually, witches hate fire. But I'll cast aid on you. She cast aid on Isa, Doug, and Naziz.
Okay, so Izza kind of hands over their gear besides the weapon and queso, and heading in there.
Alright. As you head in there, you do take additional fire damage walking in. You take 2 points of fire damage as your fire resistance. As you begin to find yourself within a small chapel, as you disappear from their sight, as they can't see you anymore. As you look back, You can see the fires and flames behind you. As you can see, as you pass through, a small chapel. Brightly painted murals of demonic orgies covering the walls. The airs are heavy with aromatic perfumes. The floor is plushy carpet with crystalline chimes and rings in perfect of harmony with each in another. The altar is covered in food. Behind the altar is a candelabra with 3 unlit candles. The mouth of the oven is still filled with dancing green flame. It can be seen from the opposite of the altar. The altar has a plate of searing mastodon veals, as well as an abyssal caviar, and enchanted pastries, as well as wines made from orchards of Shindavalar and food drinks of excellence. Is most likely most delicious to the character's experience of fine dining in the abyss, but otherwise non-magical, of course. As you begin to see, the oven flames, you'll note that there's something different about those flames, as they almost call upon you to enter the green flames. As you see, obviously, Grisiti is basically a sex demon, as obviously there's quite of a lavishing taste for a sex demon.
Oh, okay. Sex demon chapel. Woohoo. While I'm in there, am I continuing to be on fire, or
No,
could people go through?
It's just when you initially went in.
So I'm willing to kind of go back towards the entrance and kind of yell through the fire. Do you guys hear me?
As they do not hear you.
Gee, she's been in there a while. Would we be concerned?
I'll go ahead and pop my head through and kind of straddle the line. And guys,
Take
just
1 point of fire damage.
fire initially, but we can get through. It's safe inside.
Okay.
Inside
but
the
witches really don't
abyss.
like fire.
Out of context, Grisiti is basically the lord of succubuses and basically anything of perversion and shit. He's very powerful, though, out of context, because he is considered
Lord of Lust.
Yeah, basically, he's a demon lord. But he's I don't know. I don't mind him. His story is pretty cool, actually, if you ever read his story. But anyways, so as you guys, I'm assuming you're all going in there. If you are going in there, you all take a point of fire damage. As you eventually see all the dirty stuff that this Lord of Lust has. Obviously, you see the dirty portraits and nakedity of women and men and all that jazz, and you can see arraignments of exquisite food that you would never see from human eyes as unique dishes that doesn't coexist in your land, and the lavish lifestyle he thrives and lives.
Oh, this is nice.
Don't touch anything. Don't eat anything. We just need to figure out this puzzle, man. I knew we would need everybody's cooperation. Again, don't touch or eat any of the food. You know, back in the Feywild, you don't do that stuff.
I suppose you are right. You don't eat unless someone tells you you can eat. And then sometimes you still don't.
Yeah, we've not been invited.
As you see the
Yeah, she would know
oven
that.
flames of green ahead of another set of an oven beyond the food and the exquisite taste. Seems another oven awaits you if you dare.
We should probably dare.
Who's going in?
I'll go first, and if I'm not back out within like 3 heartbeats, know that it's safe.
Alright, you enter in. This time the fire isn't fire. It is cold damage. So you begin to find yourself outside of the oven, and more generally while in the Cathedral of Fire. The damage seems to be converted to cold, but cold damage is converted back to fire when you leave this residing area. As it seems the candelabra can be lit by something. As you can see, there is a candelabra within the flames here. Exactly like the one that you just saw prior, Isa, with 3 candles unlit. As it seems like it's a clue to something much more.
I pass along all that.
You'll have to go back to the cold to talk to them. It seems like there's no communications between the ovens.
But I had also, like, is this a dead end again?
It's another room that looks exactly like the other room, but it seems like there's something missing. As you see the same candelabra in this room.
Okay, so I'm going to take a moment and I'm going to try and light the candelabra, but with the fire bolt to the candle.
As it doesn't work.
Okay. I told them to follow me. If I didn't follow, go
Remember,
back, and
a
I have not gone.
context where you are. What hit you for damage is that is your key.
Yeah, I don't have cold damage.
I don't think, does anybody have cold damage in this party?
Yes.
And he has his sorcerer bolt thing that he can choose any.
Would you like to come back out?
Oric!
Isa?
Oric!
Again, I did not tell them I was leaving. I told them to follow me if I did not come back for them.
Alright.
So I'm hoping they follow me.
Alright.
Yeah, I'll follow.
After
I
a
was told to
moment,
follow.
is everybody following or no?
Yep, following.
Follow.
Yeah,
You
follow.
all take 4 cold damage as you go through.
Ouch!
As you start to freeze in here, you see a candelabra. Same room itself, but the whole room is blue instead of a red hue.
I tried my firebolt to light the candelabra. It didn't work. Anybody have any cold abilities?
You know. I guess I'll try a Sorcerer's Burst for cold. See if that works.
Alright, use a
That's
source of
good.
burst of cold as you begin to light each candelabra, igniting it. As for a brief moment, your senses are connected towards the dark and terrible high power. And you realize certainly that it is the Dark Prince Cresciti. The connection is tenuous, although you can hear him whispering to you, and words are too muffled to be heard distinctly, of course. You know inexplicably, certainly, this power is somehow trapped, and because of that, unable to speak with you proper. As at the end of the communication, a small ruin stone bears the sigil of Cresciti. A 6-figure hand materializes upon the altar. As this is a non-magical runestone, but it can be used to help gain entrance where you need to go. As it seems, Cresciti himself is rather either distant whispered or trapped somehow, as the Demon Lord is unable to talk to you. And that is quite a query. It seems like you've gained the runestone of the 6-fingered hand, as it seems rather discerning. What has conspired and happened to Cresciti? Why can't he not talk to you?
Okay, so idea, guys. If we just left the fire room, I'm still immune to fire. I'll go in there, do it, and come back and meet you guys, and then we can go to the next room.
Sounds like a plan.
If
You guys,
someone
you
can,
guys can
tell me.
leave the ovens without any damage now, since you have the room.
Okay.
Oh,
As you completed the first
Yeah.
cave
Awesome sauce.
with some help, of course. It's
can I go back to the fire room that we had been in, though? Is that the second cave, or?
it's the same room.
Okay,
Red.
fair. Then exiting.
All right, you leave the exit as the snake, like trees, are soothed still. As you guys begin to head towards the next cave, I'm assuming, right?
Yes. Yes.
As the next shrine itself, or the next stair, sorry, leads down 100 feet as well, into a spacious cavern, a small towering-like structure rising from the center of the cavern. As you begin to examine it for a moment, you begin to notice a shape like skull within an open mouth upon the entrance, of two empty sockets, a window, as the structure is built from a countless bones. As I'd like you rolling me an Arcana check, if you'd like to identify the bones. The DC is a 10. As you begin to ascertain, identifies the bones as demons. So the tower is larger on the inside than the outside. As tell if you wish to enter, let me know.
Can we think about it?
Of course. We have obviously only 4 minutes left anyways.
That's kind of what I'm saying.
As we'll conclude our session here and continue onwards, figuring out what the next test has in store for our heroes in Doom Forgotten Realms, Reign of Rot.